Okay, we're ready.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. And most of us are here in the Eastern time zone, so good evening. And Paul was kind enough to join us from Oregon. So this evening we're going to hear about an amazing program, and I'll introduce Paula again in a minute, but you've already met her. Um, Paula is my mentor. She's been a mentor to many people in our group. She's been so gracious. She's helped all of us. She's an amazing woman, just wonderful, and our group wouldn't have been doing so well without her help. And she's going to give a little overview, first of all, of an amazing program called Take Shape for Life. And for some of you who haven't heard that yet. And then we'll talk a little bit about the health coaching opportunity, which is what most people are on the program tonight to listen to. And it's a wonderful program that has changed my life and so many lives. So why don't you go ahead, Paula, and start, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Paul. I think most of us here have a passion for health, or we wouldn't be listening and really caring about people. And so you're here to find out what really is Take Shape for Life. Well, if you think we're just kind of a diet company or a weight loss company, that's just a small portion, because we're really so much more than that. Take Shape for Life really encompasses a healthy life balance, and it's a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. This trilogy is a really great example. If you can look at that and grade yourself, where would you say you were in your healthy body? Being at your healthy weight, sleeping well, eating right, not being on medications, and being very active, as well as working out regularly. On a 1 to 10, with 10 being optimally healthy, where would you put yourself? And where's some area for improvement? And then we go over onto the healthy mind and we say, okay, what does that look like? No stress, time for my family, I'm fulfilled, I have time for community involvement and pursuing hobbies, and time for relaxation, and I actually enjoy relaxation. Where am I in that area of a healthy life? And then we go over to that next area, which is healthy finances, being debt-free, saving for your child's education, having a full retirement, and maybe a great cash flow for real estate or other investments that you care for. See, the funny thing is, any one of these areas, if it's not in balance, we're kind of like a three-legged stool or a little tricycle with one wheel off. Because there was a time previous to my Take Shape for Life career that my husband and I owned a retail furniture store, and we had healthy finances. Our body was not so great, and healthy mind, no way. We were under so much stress and working a lot of hours. And so realizing it was much more, the healthy body was a starting place, but then that was just the beginning of learning to encompass the whole circle. And I think that's what I love about Take Shape for Life, is because it really does focus on all three areas. Our founder is Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, and he is a 10th board certified critical care physician. And he left his practice about 12 and a half years ago. At that point, he was keeping people alive at the end of their life. And he said, we've got to do something and not be focused on sick care. We need wellness. And so he had a desire, and he created the Habits of Health, which is a whole system, workbook, and it's a very simple lifestyle change. And he looked for that. He had that. He created it together, and we use that as our guide. And then we partner with another program that creates meal replacements, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Dr. Anderson has a passion to swim upstream, make a difference in America and a difference in medicine, and actually come at it from a different standpoint, as Dr. Paul is talking about. Let's get ourselves healthy, and amazingly, our bodies begin to heal themselves. So that's the starting point. And what do we offer clients? Yes, we have an amazing weight loss component, but that's just the first step. We really are a health company, and we just happen to have one aspect of is weight loss, but it's about healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy finances. And so again, we start with a healthy body, because if our body's healthy, we're missing less work. That that's going to really affect finances and stress and other less trips to the physician. We work with a Habits of Health system and the MediFast 5-in-1. So our clients lose weight rapidly and safely. It's a comprehensive program, actually a turnkey program for optimal health, so that we become their guides. And they have all the tools and support to succeed from the very get-go. And the Habits of Health is not only to reach a healthy weight, but it's to maintain it for the rest of our lives. And it's a great program. This is a picture of my husband and I. On the far left, that was 5 years ago. We had just closed our retail furniture store, and we actually went up to Alaska for a long weekend. And on the right-hand side, my husband's 49 pounds lighter, and I'm 30 pounds lighter. But more than just the weight, it's how we feel, energy, and endurance. We love to play hard with our kids, whether it's snow skiing or wakeboarding behind our boat. And over on the far left, I found myself being that mom that I never wanted to be, the one who was watching. I wanted to be out there being active, but everything, things were hurting. It wasn't as much fun. And frankly, I couldn't catch my breath. My husband, at that same time we had closed our store, we called to get our health insurance moved from our group plan to an individual plan, and they called back in about a week after they had done blood work and said, Wes is obese, his cholesterol's too high, his blood pressure's too high, and we can't insure him. We'll insure you and the kids. And at that point, my kids were just in college. And that was our wake-up call that we needed, because all of those symptoms that he was experiencing, arthritis, that runs in his family. We thought that was just part of age. Acid reflux. We had our furniture store, so we had access to a nice Tempur-Pedic bed that was adjustable. So we were learning to cope with the symptoms, but it wasn't really healthy. And we couldn't believe the change we felt after we not only got to a healthy weight, but learned how to fuel ourselves properly, have good nutrition, be active again. And I have Julie here. Julie, would you tell us your story?
Let me get myself unmuted. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. That was me over on the far left in April of 2013. I was working at a pharmacy, CVS pharmacy, close to my home. And most people think it's probably not very stressful, but I think it was a stressful job. Being on my feet all day long. I had a lot of great customers, and I thought that I was in okay physical where I could get around good, but definitely, as you could see from my picture from the first one to the second and third one, the inflammation that went away, how I was able to get around, move around easier. I'm diabetic, and my main goal was to get off my diabetes medication, which I did. Ended up losing 35 pounds in just under 4 months, and got off my first higher priced medication, and then eventually got off my other one and my cholesterol medication. And Dr. Steenburg is my doctor, my family doctor, and I had asked him about, if I could do the program since I was diabetic before I went on it. And he looked over it and he's like, well, why don't you go ahead and give it a try and we'll see how it goes. So after 3 months, and I went back for blood work, he was just really amazed at how my blood work, everything came back into normal range, my cholesterol, triglycerides, my A1C for diabetes. So it really was good to get myself back being healthy and not hurting, being able to get around better, even like Paula talked about. And so pretty quickly after that, I became a health coach. My coach kept on encouraging me to do that. And I said, I kept on saying, I'm too busy, I don't have enough time. And she just kept on encouraging me. And I did eventually, I became a health coach last June, and was able to quit my job at CVS in March of this year. and just haven't looked back. Just happy that I could really have the whole trilogy. The healthy body, the healthy mind definitely came along too, and helped when I was able to change my job, and the healthy finances has allowed me to be able to travel a little bit more, not just be stuck at home and in a job that was kind of dead end and not very fulfilling. So I'm thankful for all three parts of the trilogy too.
That's awesome, Julie. And I know even like you were talking about, your fulfillment factor is so different because you actually are doing something that's making a difference. And I would have to say that's how I feel too. It's like, okay, people need help and I get to help them. And it's just so rewarding.
Yes.
So what do we offer health coaches? Honestly, it's the same things that we offer our clients. And because, a health coach, when you're looking at becoming one, there's a lot of different reasons. Some people want to help their friends and family just because they need help. Others want to help themselves. Do you know that you're 4 to 5 times more likely to reach and maintain a healthy weight if you're a health coach? We're walking in that place of integrity. And that was I only had to hear that once, and that was the reason I raised my hand. I didn't want to be a yo-yo dieter. And my husband and I, we felt like we had finally felt better than we had felt in years. And I wanted to not only keep us healthy, but I really wanted to help my friends. And people were definitely asking, what are you doing? And I realized, okay, so I'm in this 50 age and I have all my friends who are anywhere from 35 to 60. They've tried everything and nothing's working anymore. So I really wanted to help them. Dr. Paul, would you kind of tell us your story of not only your weight loss journey, but why you introduced this to your patients?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Paula. Can you hear me okay? Everything
Yes.
okay? Okay. Yeah. As I think everyone on the call knows, that I'm a family practice physician practicing here in Geneva, Northeast Indiana. And I had been looking for a weight loss program, weight loss in quotation marks, as I'll get to in a second. For my practice, I see patients every day who are suffering the ill effects of a poor lifestyle. They're overweight with all the factors that go along with that, all the risks, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis. And I checked out several programs. In fact, I had been on several myself, and I am a professional dieter until Take Shape came along. But anyhow, I've lost the same 40 pounds over and over again. So the day Julie walked into my office to take a look at her diet has been a real blessing to me because it's changed my life and the way I practice medicine. So I had a look at her at the diet. It looked pretty good. Told her to try it as she said. And then she came in 3 months later, and it was a wow experience when I saw her labs. It's just incredible. I've never seen anything like it, where all of her labs pretty much normalized. She was able to get off of all of her diabetic medicine. And so I asked her if I should be doing this, offering this to my patients. First of all, I wanted to try it myself because, as I said, I've been on all kinds of programs. I've been to conferences and checked out different programs that are offered to doctors and healthcare professionals that they can offer their patients. So I tried it myself. The best program I've ever been on. It's structured, it's easy to follow. I like the food, and I was successful in losing, quite a bit of weight on the program. And then I decided to offer it to my patients. And in the olden days, before Take Shape for Life, I would hand patients a diet sheet and say, follow this diet and exercise, and it never worked. I've taken those diets home myself, and they don't work. They just don't work for me. So the Take Shape for Life program is a structured program that is so easy to follow. And what I wanted was a weight loss program, but what I got was an optimal health program. It's so much more than just a weight loss program. It's very effective for that. It has a very robust weight loss component. However, we help people with healthy sleep, exercise, stress reduction. It's basically a comprehensive health system to help people obtain optimal health. I've had great success in my practice. I've had several people lose significant weight, one over 100 pounds, and her story brings tears to your eyes. It literally changed her life. She's doing things with her grandkids now. Before, she was in and out of hospital heading for a wheelchair and diabetes. Her daughter told me that she now has a mom back. So, and I've had other patients who have gotten off of multiple medications, in particular for sugar, for diabetes, blood pressure, and high cholesterol. So this program has been a true blessing to me personally and also to my practice. I've transformed the lives, or helped transform the lives with this program, of many, many people, and it is so rewarding. I always think that my patients appreciate me, and they often say they do, but my patients who are on the Take Shape program very frequently go out of their way to thank me for putting them on the program and tell me how much better they feel. So it's been extremely rewarding, and it's just an asset of an aspect of my practice that I enjoy tremendously, and it's a lot of fun helping people, in a way that I couldn't help them before. So anyhow, that's basically my story and why I chose Take Shape for Life. Oh, the other thing that's very important to healthcare professionals is that this program has been studied at Johns Hopkins, which is a world-renowned medical center, and they also offer this program in their own weight management center. To me, as a doctor, that speaks volumes. That gives it all the credibility in the world. So it's a very safe and effective program. Patients don't have to have extra blood tests done or any different kind of monitoring, other than their sugars improve so nicely on this program that they have to keep an eye on that. But that's up to the patient and their doctor. So, and then I've expanded my coaching. I became a certified health coach, and I've expanded that to other clients who are not in my practice. I'm getting referrals, and we're developing a real community in our community of people who are on the program and trying to get healthy. So we're on a mission. We're on a mission to get America healthy. So, Paula, that's my story. So back to you.
I love that. Dr. Paul, it's just so amazing that you're making a difference in your patients, that you hadn't been able to have those results with other weight loss programs or diets. Like you said, they're harder to follow, and this is just such an easy program. Moment here. Who are we? Health coaches for Take Shape for Life. There's lay people just like me and Julie. There's professionals. There's physicians. There's parents and entrepreneurs, some pastors and medical professionals, gym owners, and people just like you and I. Many people do it full time. Many people do it part time, because it's whatever you want to make it. It is just very effective. Most people start out as a client first. As a general rule, about 90% of our coaches start as a client, and they have the results just as the three of us have shared, and then we go on to want to help pay it forward. And at some point, many people choose to become a health coach just because it's so effective and you want other people to experience the same thing. You may choose to do it in helping a few friends or family, or other people may see it as, I really want to do this in a big way. I really see the potential. Either way is perfectly fine, and it's up to you. Some of our coaches have lost a lot of weight. You'll see in the picture here, here's Doug. He's lost 73 pounds, and he's actually my nephew and my health coach. And this is our great friend Molly, who lost 143 pounds. So they had great stories to tell, and people were watching. And then there's others who haven't lost as much. You see Ashley, who is very fitness-minded in a bodybuilding competition, as well as Chris over here. And there's not a whole lot in there before and after, maybe 5 pounds, but how they feel is totally different, and they will tell you their stories. So a lot of people who start out healthy, they've spent their life doing habits of health that kept them that way. And when all their friends and family say, I want to be like you, I want to be fit, I want to be healthy, I want to be trim, how do I do it? What's the magic word that most people who are fit say? Yeah, exercise more, eat less. Well, for someone who's 100 pounds overweight or 50 or just a life out of balance, they don't know how to do that. And it doesn't even sound possible. And so they oftentimes give up. So these people who already have lived a healthy lifestyle, they now have a tool to help their friends and family. And it's kind of a really neat system. We use Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health, a workbook and DVDs, along with your health coach. They come alongside you. We do that, as well as our portion-controlled meal replacements. As Dr. Steenburg has shared, they've been around since 1980. They were always effective, but here's what the deal. There was a point where people would gain their weight back. And so we've seen people who have done great weight loss programs, but then 5 years later, maybe their weight was back on because they didn't have lifestyle change. They didn't understand what to do after that. And so that's where the Habits of Health really comes into play. We actually have the tools. And we not only have the portion controlled program to give us structure during our weight loss stage, right? To make it simple for busy people, for people who don't like to cook, for people who are just facing a lot of food triggers and food addictions, or maybe aren't eating enough. We find that to be the case as well. We work through the Habits of Health system, which helps people understand the habits that are going to carry that through along for life. And then you partner with your health coach, who is not only your encourager, but the person who checks on you and is your guide. So we make an offering, and it really looks like this. It's really about throwing a life ring to those who are asking for help. And we are the one who says, come on, I know how to do this. I know a program that is highly effective with lasting results. Come in, I want to walk beside you. And most of the time, that's all the people around us want to know, is that they're not going to be walking alone. And we reach out and we assist them. So what's the benefits of a health coach? It is real health insurance, because it's helping me and you make the decision to stay healthy. We do pay it forward. As I talked about before, it is more likely to reach and maintain a healthy weight, right? And so that keeps us accountable. We're also immersing ourselves in the culture. And there's a statistic that says you become like the 5 closest people that you hang out with. Well, I'm choosing a culture of health-minded people just like me, and we're doing this together. I don't want to fall back into old habits. I really want to grow old with my husband. I don't want to lose him. And so it is financially rewarding, and the best thing is we get to center our life around what matters most. And we're here to leave a legacy. Dr. Paul is here to enjoy his beautiful granddaughter and his lovely wife, to travel and to enjoy life. And we don't worry about ending our life prematurely or not enjoying the quality of life. The American Diabetes Association says 50 pounds of weight loss gives us 10 quality years of life back. So whether that's 10 years of living longer, probably some of that, but the quality is a really key there. Is some people are existing, but how many people are really enjoying everything about their life? So I love this diagram here of the different categories that obesity affects, and how much improvement can be made in each of these categories as we get to a healthy weight. So there is a great need in America. 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese, and they really need us. The weight loss industry is a $61 billion industry. It's huge. People are desperate, and they're willing to try anything, even dangerous things. So our program is proven successful, and as Dr. Paul said, it's overseen by Johns Hopkins University. Less than 5% of Americans are optimally healthy. People don't know what to do. It's so confusing. Maybe it's our foods, it's our culture, it's all the quick and ready processed things. And frankly, we eat large quantities more than other countries and more than we did years before. And also less than 20% of Americans love what they do for work. So when you look at becoming a health coach, maybe it's because you want to help people. Maybe it's because you want to hold yourself accountable. Maybe it's because you really would love some fulfillment. And frankly, you're just sick and tired of working long hours, your company asking for more of you when you're exhausted and very highly stressed. So it's a very simple coaching model. It's a turnkey lifestyle program guiding people to learn the habits of health. You don't have to know everything. We actually are just guides and facilitators. Dr. Anderson is is the guide, he is the leader, and we just actually help them implement these small steps. As Dr. Steenburg was referring to, we have chapters on stress, learning to control stress. We have chapters on inflammation or water, drinking, learning to rest, and how to get a bedtime routine. So all of those areas are just as important as our food, what we put in our mouth. So it's a really simple and easy to learn system. Your business coach actually is always walking beside you. So they will start as your health coach, and then if you make the choice to become a health coach, which I'm sure you will, like the rest of us, it's very addictive as far as seeing the changes in people, and it's fun. It's very fun. It's probably the most fun thing I could ever imagine. There are local and regional training events if you choose to. We do a lot of things online, but again, participation is up to you. There's no one telling you what you should or shouldn't do. And we don't carry inventory or sales or territories. That's the coolest thing. I do not have to order any products. I don't have to carry any inventory. All transactions take place between the client and the company pays us. So we are actually a free health coach to our clients. There's no extra expense to them. Our company pays us based on the amount of clients that we're supporting and their orders. So when you're thinking about maybe becoming a health coach, you're like, where would I find my clients? Well, we can probably spin in a circle and point our finger any direction because 2/3 of America needs us. So when you look at your different spheres of influence, you might think, okay, my family and friends, yeah, some of those really could become healthier. They aren't struggling. What about my coworkers? Yeah, I could probably find 5 or 6 in there. People at my church or synagogue, or people at the gym, or in my school, the kids' schools, or on Facebook, or in my neighborhood. When you look around and go, okay, right, there are a lot of people who are desperately looking for something. And then when those people start to get healthy, which it happens very rapidly, guess what? The F&F stands for their family and friends, and they start asking questions. What are you doing? And at that point, those clients will refer us, or some of them decide to become health coaches themselves because it is very fun to be supportive of your family and friends. So who do you know that would like to improve in one or more areas of their optimal health? The healthy body, healthy mind, or healthy finance, and could benefit from Take Shape for Life? I bet each of you could probably sit and think of 5 people off the top of your head that go, okay, I really wish, they could experience this and have true health in one of these areas, because we see people around that we care about struggling, and it's really hard. You want to help them in many ways. And here's some hypothetical examples of a certified health coach. Now, certified health coach, we're certified through Villanova School of Nursing, and it's a wonderful certification. Dr. Paul, myself, and Julie have done that. It is an optional area to be certified. Potentially 8 clients and about $2,400 in frontline volume. You would earn about $552 in a month. 16 clients, which would be about $4,800 in frontline volume of orders, because they're ordering. You would earn about $1,392. And then 24 clients, you would earn about $1,860 per month. Now remember, the average client is on our program 3 to 4 months. Some people are on longer, depending on their weight loss needs. And so it's a reoccurring revenue, as well as our relationship with them just continues to grow. We'll talk a little bit more about how we check on them and what our responsibilities are as health coaches. This is the income disclosure statement, and we are a publicly traded company. So by law, we have to show this form every time we talk about money and income possibilities. This is filed with the government. So when you look at over here on the far side, you see the averages. There you see senior coach at $324. Remember, that's someone supporting about 5 clients. Now, we'll talk about time factor in just a moment, but I had about 10 clients my first week that I was coaching. I know Julie and Dr. Paul had clients very rapidly as well. It doesn't take very long because people really do want answers. These are monthly income, and someone with as a director is about $1,350. An executive director is about $2,800 a month. Most people who are executive directors have a full-time job on the side. And I say that because they tend to love their Take Shape for Life business. And so you can easily support an executive director level and be a full-time teacher, physician, business owner, because it really doesn't take that much time. But it can make a difference. These are only what you want it to be. So if you want to share a lot and talk to a lot of people, you'll have a potential of great income. If you want to just help a few people and the $300 would be a great benefit to your family, tuck it away for vacation or put it away for retirement or possibly a car payment or helping with kids' college. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever you want it to be. A national director is $7,800 per month average, and a global $1,800 a month. $2,800. You can see that it goes rapidly. I'm going to go back there. Sometimes you may be looking at it and go, yeah, somebody somewhere. I just wanted to let you know, just on the call, that everyone on this call, our executive directors are above. So, and that's for your monthly income. Presidential directors are $148,000 a month, and that sounds like maybe surprising or that it would take a long time. It really doesn't. My nephew, who was my health coach, is a presidential director. I'm a national director. Julie is a regional director. Dr. Paul is a regional director. Understanding our business plan. So we start out as a health coach, and then if you decide to help other people become coaches, then you just naturally evolve into a business coach is the title. And then as they become, start to have groups of coaches, then they become business leaders. So it's a natural progression. It happens very organically. It's very comfortable and it's a lot of fun. So the main goal of a health coach is you are developing and you're sharing and you're supporting your clients. You are paid 15 to 31% compensation for coaching your clients, and it's simple, it's fun, and it doesn't take very much time. You'll also get some consistency bonuses, and we can talk about those later. This again is similar to what we just shared as far as the average monthly incomes, starting out at $324 and then going up to about $2,800 just for being a health coach. When you decide to become a business leader, that's when you really are making a decision that maybe you want to go a little bit more career oriented. And again, I say that, but it's still part-time time. It doesn't take 40 hours a week or anything like that. And you just have a desire to help more people. And you're leveraging your own abilities as far as having more people reach their friends and family. When you're a leader or a trainer, you actually grow a little faster as far as income, and these are very real, and they are very likely they come much faster than you would think. Most people who make the choice to make this a career, it's up to them, but regional or national director is usually within 1 year. And it's up to them and how comfortable you feel talking to people. And then presidential directors, well, our company is only 12 years old, and we have many presidential directors. Some of them have been health coaching for 2 years or less. So we actually have several teams of that who have reached presidential director in a very short time. And yes, that is a real monthly income. So here's what it looks like if you are spreading this up by a year. So if you just want to help 5 clients a month, that's bringing in about $3,800 for the year. Tuck that away. Take your family on vacation. If you want to go down to executive director, which is helping about 24 people a month, and again, you're doing that while working another job, that's $34,000 a year. That makes a nice dent in debt consolidation, retirement income, putting your kids through college, or maybe even buying a car. So the potential is up to you. what is the investment to become a coach? To become a coach costs $199. That's going to give you everything you need. You'll have your co-branded website. You'll have all of your back office that is supported by our corporate structure. And we actually are, again, facilitators. We can either call in our clients' orders or we can place them on the computer, whichever is up to you. And then there is an optional certification, which costs $200. Again, that's the one that is through Villanova School of Nursing. Those who really see this as being something they want to do a little bit more than dabbling usually want to be certified, because we just want to be masters of our craft. And you receive an extra 3% certification bonus. So it only takes a short time to repay that for the return on investment. And then once a year, it's $99. So it's a really inexpensive franchise. We don't have to carry inventory. We don't have any territories. They are not nickel and diming us as far as things we need to buy. No, everything. This is for real. This is it. Everything that we have as far as documentation, they will give it to us in the form of PDF that we're free to email or print ourselves. It's a very generous company. The compensation plan is extremely generous. And so you say, I don't even need to lose weight. This is Candy and Casey Mitzel. They're great friends of mine, and they own a gym. They are coaches for about the last 5.5 years. And when they took a look at this program, such as Dr. Paul, they had been trying to help their clients lose weight in a different way, right? With working out. And they just weren't getting the results, years and years of it. They said, people got stronger, but they got so discouraged because you don't lose weight at the gym. It's really hard to exercise it off. So they now do both. They incorporate Take Shape for Life into their gym. They're able to reach clients they would never have been able to reach, that would have never been comfortable coming into a workout studio. And now their clients are coming back to the gym because they actually can see the results. So it's been a wonderful reward for them as trainers. And because our program does teach optimal health and holistic living, as well as healthy nutrition for lifestyle change, that is perfect for those who are in a wellness situation. And you don't need to be at your goal weight. Molly started coaching. She was the one that we showed in the picture before, who had lost 143 pounds. She was only down about 30 or 40 pounds when she had people starting to ask her. And she didn't feel confident at first. But we said, you only have to be just a little bit ahead of your clients, and you know how it feels. So are you able to encourage them, support them, just give them a 5-minute call per week? And she has a thriving business well before she reached her goal weight. And sometimes you are asking about the time investment. The majority of the time is up front with your client, explaining the program and completing the health profile. We're just asking them some questions. What is it that you want to accomplish? And we have a way of interviewing them so that we can actually find out what their goals are and how the program will fit their needs. So that takes a little bit of time up front, chatting with them. And some of it just comes in the course of natural conversations while you're working or going to church or being at the gym. And then we assist them in creating their first order. We do that for them. So you may have probably 20 minutes ahead up front. And then your first week, we're going to contact them the day before they start, go over the basics again with them. And then the first 3 days, we're going to give a 5-minute check-in call. The second week and beyond, we're going to call on them once a week for 5 minutes. So that's why a lot of people who work full-time are totally able to coach and not take time away from their family. They'll make their client calls while they're at work on their lunch or on their drive to and from work. So it works perfectly for moms who don't want to be away from their kids. We don't have to do nighttime parties, like you would in jewelry or some of those things. We really just coach our clients in our day-to-day life. And additional activities, we can do conference calls and webinars, but we do it in the speed and the comfort of what is best for you, because you are going to center your life around what matters most. So how do I share this with my friends and family? First of all, they're going to watch you shrink and they will ask, what in the world are you doing, right? They're going to see Facebook posts that you'll post, healthy living, maybe some stories of your clients or someone you know. A Christmas letter is a great way to get the word out. You know, I have this program and I'm pretty excited this year. We've made a choice to become healthy and I'm helping other people do the same. Basically, people just want to know that you found something that works and you're asking them, do you want to hear about it? It's very comfortable. It's very natural and much more natural than you think. Sometimes when we just say, hey, you know what? I'm super excited. I remember when I first started sharing, I was like, hey, I'm super excited. I've lost 12 pounds. You know, that was my initial. And they always are going to say, what are you doing? It's like, oh, it's so cool. This really neat program. I love what I'm doing and I just feel so good. That was really about as simple as it was. Oh, I told him, we eat 6 times a day, drink a lot of water, and I feel great. And that's, again, the beginning of conversation. So the next step really is to order your health coach kit, join our team. We'll have the next steps. It's a very simple process. We have a very simple system. There's nothing complicated. Check in with the person who invited you, Dr. Steenburg, Julie, or someone else who shared this webinar with you. And it's really that simple. We're going to link arms with you. You have a great support team. We're field-led. So not only do you have Dr. Paul and Julie and myself, we're just all encouraging each other, and we're here to grow together. So you will get everything you need and be ready to start your life of helping other people. So where do you go from here? Dr. Paul, would you like to do some closing comments here?
Okay, thanks, Paul. That was a wonderful presentation, absolutely amazing. And all I can say is that this program has changed my life and the life of so many of my patients and friends and family members that I would recommend it to anyone. I thoroughly enjoy doing it. And as far as the cost of doing it, most websites that are hosted in any kind of business or enterprise are at least $20 a month, and we get 3 websites actually, plus all the support and coaching materials. So it's a bargain. I think this is a bargain business. But anyhow, yeah, I guess it's getting time to wrap it up. So, Paul, if you'd like, does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? If so, just unmute yourself and fire away. Dick is also a health coach. Dick, I don't know if you can unmute yourself, or if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I wonder if you have any comments. Go ahead, Dick.
We're not getting any volume.
Yeah, we're not hearing you, Dick.
Okay.
We're still not hearing you, Dick. There's no volume.
Okay. It's so cool just to see that Dick is working with the people in his circle of, as he's a clock repairman, right? Isn't that correct? And just making a difference, not only in his own health, but then those around him. So I think that's awesome, Dick. It's so nice to have you on this mission with us. Oh yeah, there's all of his clocks. Those are beautiful. Yeah. Dr. Paul, would you say that?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Just wanted to thank you for doing the Zoom call, and for Dr. Steenburg also.